Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, we're not outside Old Trafford. We're in the studio. We are live. So get involved in the chat and the comments. Going to be talking about all things Manchester United and Ruben Amorim, of course. You've probably already seen the footage of him doing the rounds at Old Trafford. He's so likeable and he's so charismatic. I don't want to get carried away, but I do think we're going to win the lot under him. You saw him going into the changing rooms and meeting all the people that are on the tour. That's not bad, is it? Going on a tour and getting to meet the manager. Also, he was in the press room as well. We think there's going to be a bit of... We're waiting for an interview with him, a proper sit-down interview. Not on this channel, although that will come eventually one day, hopefully. But with the club, we expect him to do some media. So as soon as he does, we'll have a reaction from that. But he has spoken to the media briefly, so we'll have a little bit of that. Make sure you are getting involved in the chat and the comments. And hit that like button as well, please, people. Good to see people already in the chat. Jacoya Trot, Andy G says both wrong. I think some people are saying, is he going to be outside Old Trafford or is he going to be in his kitchen? Talking about me, and we're in the studio. Phobo Sacco Man, Patrick Munford, Nick Caesar, BMW Racing 1974, Andy G, everyone getting involved. Good to see. Phil Berry, make sure you're hitting that like button, please, people. Right, let's talk about Ruben Amorim then, because like I said before, he has been speaking to the media. There you go. Ruben Amorim sends 4-word promise to Man United fans and makes funny admission. I always worry when I see funny in inverted commas because it's like, okay, what's he said? It says there, he's arrived in Manchester and begun preparing for his first match as United's new head coach after a perfect league start in Portugal with Sporting. Was it 11 out of 11 they won or something? Says here, that's his message, his 4-word message. We will be ready when United face Ipswich in the first match, or in his first match, on November the 24th. It says there, obviously, the nuts and bolts of what's going on. The club are confident he will receive his visa in time for that first match, with his coaching staff also needing approval. I mentioned this the other day. It would be ludicrous if he didn't get that after we paid €1 million to get him in early, so he didn't have to do his notice. There it says, United's new boss has been unable to take training, but the club hopes the matter will be settled by the time a number of squad members return from international duty. Among those on international duty are Argentina's Alejandro Garnacho and Portugal's, not Portugal's, according to the Mirror, Portugal's Bruno Fernandes. That though there were no United representatives in Lee Carsley's England squad against Greece. Amorim, when he was in the press conference room, said, this is funny. I've watched this room so many times when he was sat in the media room. Sunday next week, Ipswich, we will be ready. We don't know who's definitely going to be available for him. We know that we've had a few players that have been out injured. There's a reason why the likes of Kobbie Mainoo, and you could probably throw Luke Shaw into that mix as well, as to why they weren't available for the England match. I think if they're fit, they're in that squad. Obviously, they both went to the Euros. That's a source of contention in it. Luke Shaw going there. But we're still waiting for them to come back into the Manchester United team. Also, Harry Maguire, I don't know what's going on with him. I think he had a bit of a knock. Plus, Lisandro Martinez came back, I think, from Argentina's squad because he had a bit of a knock. So we're waiting to see what happens with those players. But yeah, we need to get the work permit thing sorted. You'd expect it to be sorted. You'd think that Manchester United could get it done. Let me know. Andrew says, what is brighter, Jay's head or that light? That light is a bit brutal, isn't it? Yeah, can someone move that light? I just keep noticing that. It looks like I'm sort of heading into the light. Someone's gonna come on. Producer Ethan, come on. He hates this. Come on. Say hello to the people.
Hello, people.
That's enough, right?
Sorry.
It's not your show. Just turn it off. We're so professional at Stretford, Paddock. Honestly, this is just just how we roll. Yeah, get involved in the chat and the comments. Black Sheep 19 says, your head is shiny AF. Gapri Gary Gill says, the eclipse of Jay. Jacoya Trot says, Ethan wave. Phobo Sacco Man says, Ethan the legend. Ali Al-Zamil says, hello, mate. I am watching you from Saudi Arabia. Do you know will be Amorim interview? I think that should be when or who. I'm not sure. Andy G says, Ethan did that on purpose to get on camera. Yeah, he did. He planned it all. He's a genius. Right, let's talk about Ruben Amorim doing this little tour. So, doing the tour, I should say. That sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? But, yeah, he went for his own little tour of Old Trafford, which coincided with an actual tour of Old Trafford, and those lucky people got to meet him and have photos with him and shake his hand. In fact, I think they were more just shaking his hand, but a couple of them were like ready. So when he shook their hand, they were ready for the selfie, which I thought was quite good. They were sort of managed to get that in there quickly. I mean, we have been here before when we get giddy about a manager. He comes in and he does all the right things and we all like him. But Ruben Amorim is carrying himself very well indeed. He's coming across really well. And I'm trying to temper my expectations somewhat because, you know, we've not even kicked the ball under him yet, have we? And already you're looking at it going, oh, he looks the part. He's great. We'll wait and see. Hopefully he can be a success. But good to see him doing the right thing so far, you know, meeting fans, speaking to the media, speaking to the coaching staff, not the coaching staff, sorry, speaking to the likes of Dan Ashworth and Jason Wilcox. It looks like things so far so good, but it's all academic, innit? We need to see some football under him, and I'm hopeful and I'm confident that we'll be okay. Nicky Butt has been talking about Alejandro Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho seems to be a hot topic at the minute, and you can see this here in the Metro. And Nicky Butt claims Man United star wants to join Real Madrid or Barcelona. Nicky Butt says, let's have a look. Nicky Butt believes Manchester United star Alejandro Garnacho is privately eyeing a move to Real Madrid or Barcelona in the future. I don't know about that. I mean, if he's doing it privately, he's not doing a very good job considering it's plastered all over the Metro. Nicky Butt's talking about it on a podcast, so I don't know how private that is. He did sign a contract extension last year in April that will last to the summer of 2028. There's always been this sort of expectation that one day Alejandro Garnacho is going to go to somewhere like Real Madrid. I think it's because he's not British. He's not English, so people think one day he's going to go abroad. And he might do. He might follow in his hero's footsteps, Cristiano Ronaldo, and go from Manchester United to Real Madrid. We'll have to wait and see. I just feel like with Alejandro Garnacho, we don't know. Nicky Butt obviously is using his experience and maybe, you know, he's just what he thinks there. It feels like it's a sort of a hunch almost into what he's seen from Alejandro Garnacho. I think Garnacho is a good player. I think he's a very good player, actually. I think it's almost forgotten how young he is because he's been in the squad for a little while now. But he's done a lot for a 20-year-old. He's played a lot of minutes for Manchester United. Hopefully he'll stick around. We'll have to wait and see. Tyrone Malacia, who we said earlier about the sort of the likability factor when it comes to Ruben Amorim. I think Tyrone Malacia is probably one of the most likable players you've got. It's just a shame he's had this injury nightmare. He's given an interview and he says that Casemiro gave him his Carabao Cup winners medal and encouraged him to walk up the steps at Wembley. You can see it there. This is a tweet from TNT Sports. It says, I was like, I'm staying down here and you guys just enjoy it. Then I'll see you in the dressing room. And he was like, nah, you have to go up there as well. Do you reckon he said it like that? Do you reckon Casemiro went, nah, you have to go up there as well? Probably not. But that's how it's written. So yeah, listen, Casemiro's a good guy. I'll be honest with you as well. Casemiro, we saw the footage when we won the Carabao Cup. He enjoyed himself. Yeah, he was liking it. But it's not the biggest trophy or medal he's ever won. He's won 5 Champions Leagues. But he'll understand the importance of being part of that team, going and getting your medal, being part of celebrations, especially for someone who played his part that season as Tyrone Malacia did. And I don't begrudge him going up there. I don't think anyone would. It's only right he did. And I'm glad Casemiro sort of encouraged him to do that because there's a difference between being humble and being almost, too humble or being introverted or whatever, where you're not accepting some of the accolade that you deserve and the applause that you deserve. And Tyrone Malacia, that first season under Eric Ten Hag, he played his part. He really did. So I didn't have any qualms about that. And it's good to see that he's back in, not just in training. He played 45 minutes against Huddersfield under 21s, was it, the other day. Hopefully he can get back into the squad. Who knows what sort of role he could play under Ruben Amorim. Could he be one of the wing-backs, if indeed we do have wing-backs? A lot of people saying he's probably not, but we'll wait and see. Dan United says, surprised he didn't do his ankle with that suggestion. Come on, bro. Keegan Ball-Lake, Bay-Lake, what? Always a delight, Jay. Sorry, I butchered your name there the wrong way. Forgive me. Ishan Sharma says, Jay, love from India. Hope Amorim takes us to the top and it's not yet another 2.5 years cycle. Big T Guitar says, Ethan, our favourite little jock since Sir Alex retired. Now, I only got a D in GCSE geography, I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm pretty sure Newcastle isn't part of Scotland. I might be wrong. Ethan, is it? He's not 100% sure, he doesn't think so. Oh, right, sorry. Someone's saying they're talking about the FA Cup last season, right? That makes more sense. Well, that tweet, what did that tweet, bring that tweet up again. Because I think that's a bit weird. Yeah, the Carabao Cup. It says, right, Tyrone Malacia on Casemiro and the Carabao Cup final via the Athletic. Someone in the chat, right, because I saw this morning, says they're talking about the FA Cup final last season. That's Rame Helme. That makes more sense. Does that have FA Cup?
That's the FA Cup logo blurred, I think.
Yeah.
2023, yeah.
No, well, 2023, no. That's the Carabao. I don't know. It looks like they might have got confused there. Yeah, Rami Helme says, check the Athletic article. It is from the Athletic article. The Athletic's behind a paywall, so we don't put it on the screen. We've gone with the TNT tweet, which is wrong. So thank you. It's the FA Cup final. And everything I said about the Carabao, I will say about the FA Cup. Even though he didn't play, I don't mind him going up there and getting the applause and all that. I should have known that because I was right front and centre when all the players were there. Just how I roll. Let's talk about INEOS budget cuts. There you go. There's a nice little cheery one for a Friday morning. Manchester United could reportedly slash the budget they hand to their Disabled Supporters Association by half as part of Sir Jim Ratcliffe's cost-cutting mission at Old Trafford. There you go. There's a great one in it for a bit of, morale-boosting actions. Let's just take money off the Disabled Supporters Association. That'll get everyone on board. Being brutal with these cuts, that's not going to go down too well. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Some of it I get. Some of the cuts you go, okay, we have to make changes. I understand that. That's what happens when someone else takes on a business. Cutting the Disabled Supporters Association by half isn't going to go down well, and nor should it. Let's move on. There's a youngster we're being linked with. Manchester United eye Flamengo starlet. I think this is from Stretford News. Dale O'Donnell, I should say. Got his name wrong then. He's a pal of mine, even though I got his name wrong. He's been on the channel a few times as well. So he's got a story here. If we can scroll down. It says, Antony's future at United remains uncertain as he's flopped since his 86 million transfer from Ajax. It doesn't help his case that the club are being linked with potential replacements. Then goes on to say, a report from TBR Football claims that United are ready to offload Antony to Flamengo in a bid to land 18-year-old Flamengo star Lauren in his place. We did a video yesterday off the bar with myself, Stephen Howson and Joe Smith. And Joe was making the case that Antony could be a wing-back for Ruben Amorim. Now, me and Steve weren't entirely keen on it. I understand the argument, but I don't know if it's going to work. It was interesting, though, to me. I didn't look at all the comments. I looked at a few of the comments who were kind of agreeing with Joe and saying, look, you know what? This might be worth a shot. There might still be life in his Old Trafford career. So who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But if Antony is to have a future at Manchester United, he needs to act sooner rather than later. And that's even if he gets the chance under Ruben Amorim. We'll have to wait and see. But whether this kid comes in replaces him, I doubt it. We'll see. One thing I definitely doubt is this next story we're going to go into. Football talk. Hey, there you go. Man United plotting 108 million bid for Harry Kane. Do you know what's funny about this story? Is we're not. Manchester United have signed two quality strikers over the last couple of years in Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee. While the Danish international has settled well into the team, there remain doubts over the former Bologna star who's failed to make the desired impact in the final third. Okay, not the most ludicrous sentence I've heard. But then you go down and it says here, according to Spanish paper El Nacional, United are preparing a bid worth roughly £108 million for Kane as they look to lure him back to the Premier League. United haven't got 108 million quid to spend on a 30-year-old. We're not going to do that. I rate Harry Kane. I think he'd be great at Old Trafford. I think he scored, not 30, sorry, he's 31. I think he'd be great at Old Trafford. I think he'd score loads of goals. And I think he's probably got at least another couple of seasons left in him because he looks after himself and he's still banging him in. But I don't see it happening. I don't care what El Nacional say. This is nonsense. Yeah? It just is. Sorry, it ain't happening. Let's talk about something that's more realistic and more cheery. Man United legend Edwin van der Sar set for football return 16 months after health scare. See here from the Evening News. The former goalkeeper United, Edwin van der Sar, suffered a brain hemorrhage in July 2023, while on holiday with family, and he's back playing football, and I think he's going to be taking part in a game. Keep going down. Eventually. But there you go. On Sunday, a team made up of Ajax legends will take on their counterparts from Real Madrid as they continue their 125-year anniversary celebrations. All proceeds from the fixture will go towards the Ajax Foundation, and I think he's going to be involved in that. Is there any more on that story, or is it just loads of ads? Ex-United manager Louis van Gaal will be in the dugout for Ajax, while former United defender Daley Blind joins Van der Sar in the Amsterdam club's lineup. The 54-year-old is clearly looking forward to his return between the sticks for Ajax and shared that with his followers on Instagram, sharing a picture from training. He wrote, last session done before the Ajax Legends match this Sunday versus Real Madrid. Anyone else looking forward to the game? Absolutely love Edwin van der Sar. Fantastic keeper. For me, the best goalkeeper I've ever seen at Old Trafford. And I'm glad he's made a full recovery. It sounds like he's made a full recovery from that brain hemorrhage. It was horrible what happened to him. And glad to see he's back to playing football matches. Good stuff. Good to see everyone in the chat. Good to see everyone hitting like, share and subscribe. We are going to be back later on today with the brew. It's a special brew today. Not a kind of special brew because I'm a teetotal. But it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be me, Stephen Howson and Joe Smith. And if you think most weeks on the brew we don't tend to talk a lot about football, well, we're not going to be talking a lot about football in today's brew. Trust me, it is going to be something very different indeed. So make sure you are hitting like, share and subscribe. Maurice Marshall's Give It Away. Enjoy Gladiators. It's not Gladiators. We're not going to go and watch the show Gladiators. We're going to go and watch Gladiator 2. And then we're going to come back on the brew. We're going to talk about it. So if you're looking for insightful analytical discussion about Manchester United on the brew this afternoon, you ain't going to get it. If you want to know about Denzel Washington in a Gladiator film, then you will. Make sure you are hitting like, share and subscribe. We're back here. I think we'll be here for 4. We thought we were going to be a bit late. We should be here for 4 o'clock. So look forward to seeing you guys then. Thank you to everyone who got involved in the chat and the comments. Thank you for all your support as always. Go and check out the members section as well. Also, if you've not done so as well already, let me just find a little link to our merchandise store. We've got some Christmas jumpers available there. So if you get your orders in, you can get your Christmas jumpers in, your Paddock Christmas jumpers in time for Christmas. I'm Jay Motti. This has been The Paper Talk. Thanks for watching.